はい、どうもこんにちは、白桃です。シャーロックホームズの遺言ですね。いつもだったらライブ配信してるんですけど、ちょっと今、ど深夜にちょっと急にやりたくなりまして、急遽、録画してプレイをしようと思っております。よろしくお願いします。前回ね、どこまでやったかちょっと覚えてないんですが、とりあえずちょっとやっていこうと思います。よろしくお願いします。これ、監獄お、どここれ。ちょっと待った。操作、ちょっと待って、操作思い出すね。これはカメラ。ああ、これか。Y ボタンで、これを開く。で、これが情報だよね。はいはいはい。あは。犯人は精神錯乱状態を起こす毒、あ、そっか。毒の検出までしたんですよね。はいはいはいはい。あ、そうだそうだ。そうだ。牧師さんがいて、主教がちょっと殺害されてて、で、それを探してって指とかあったね。で、なんでそうなったのかで毒があったと。で、ところまで行ってますね。はい。ということで、やっていきましょう。アトソン君や
We must see the prison director quickly.
刑務所長、こんにちは。
Sorry, sirs. I'm on duty. I can't help you.
お役に立てません。おほなんか見るってあったらこうか。向こうが見るところ。これ入り口は特にない。はい。じゃあ行きましょう。ここね。ピーン。
Cleaning materials, otherwise known as a broom cupboard. Nothing of interest here.
あは。はい。ではちょっとここ見てみましょうか。
Closed.
閉まってますね。さあ、あそこも見れる。ここのくぼみはワトソン。びっくりするよ。
This is the entrance to the ordinary prisoner's cell. There's no point in going there.
なるほど。こっちに行く目的は何もない。なんかこういうので開く。
This is the entrance to the ordinary
あ、
prisoner.
なんか見える。手出してる。向こうで。そっちにもある。画面が。ここは
Leads to the high security area, where the most dangerous prisoners are locked up.
最も重要な危険な
Closed.
黒。なんかボタン押しそうだな。ここは
Closed.
ここも閉まってると。ここは
Staff cloakroom.
更衣室。更衣室開きますか？
Closed.
更衣室も閉まってんだ。こっちは
The locker room. This is where the prisoner's things are kept.
おほ
Closed.
全部閉まってんだね。オッケーオッケー。ここも開いた。開くんかい。
Let's go to the
秘
secretary.
書室。じゃあさ、ちょっと待って。秘書室行く前にさ、あそこの何の音？やだ。ここは
Closed.
秘書室行く前にさ、ここ、
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass.
許可証なしでは立ち入り禁止。
We must see the prison director quickly.
じゃあさっきのところが、秘書室が、あれなんだね。通じてるってことかな。はい。へいへい。こんにちは。
Good morning,
おはよう
miss.
ございます。
Oh, excuse me, I dropped off. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
すごい誇り。
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We would like to talk to the director.
I'll just go and see if he can receive you.
お願いします。
Tiredness, pale face, stiffness. I believe that the young lady is expecting a happy event.
It
お
would seem so.
なるほど。めでたいと。今なんか出たね。なるほど。これはテキストと。見たいね。
This small rack is for urgent letters to be
至
given
急連
immediately
絡
to
用
the
の手紙
director.
入れ。あは。
This charming secretary
ジ
is
ェ
Miss
ニー・
Jenny
パター
Patterson.
ソンさん。あは。他には何これ
Hot tea.
紅茶。ホットティー
What should we do next, Holmes?
ここが所長室。こっちには何もない。
The
で
director's office, Mr. P. Patterson. No need to go in there. Strange. The director and the secretary have the same
ご夫婦
name.
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I am Paul Patterson, director of this establishment. You wish to talk to me? I hope this unexpected visit isn't to announce bad news.
No, do not worry. We are investigating an affair of the highest importance, one which could potentially affect the security of the kingdom. Therefore, it is imperative that we interview one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
ハンス・シールマン。
Hans, the rat killer.
Rat
He's
killer.
been in here for a long while now, and he's had no contact with the outside. How could he be involved in such an affair?
That is what we would like to find out.
And you have been commissioned by Scotland Yard.
Evidently.
許可証ください。
Very well. I have complete confidence in you, Mr. Holmes. I will draw up a pass that you should give to Warden James in the guard room. He will
ありがとう。
show you to the cells.
Thank you, Director.
Keep me
Arigato.
informed of your progress. And if there is anything else, don't hesitate to let me know.
協
We
力
shall
的。
certainly do so.
協力していただけるの助かる。家族の絆
Miss Patterson, you have the same name as the director. Are you related?
Come, Watson. Anyone who might have made the slightest study of anthropology would have noted the similarities between the young lady and her father.
Mr. Holmes is right, I am his daughter, but he doesn't like to talk about
お
it.
父さんな
I
んだ。
think he's afraid of being accused of favoritism.
I'm sure it was your qualities alone which secured you this position, miss.
If you must try out your powers of seduction, then what do you say about using them on the rat killer?
あは。これ聞いたからね。
Goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Sorry, but this area is
許
prohibited
可証もら
without
って
a
きた
pass.
よ。
Please leave.
ここじゃないの？じゃあ分かった。許可証をこれか。これを出しとかんといかんの
Ah,
な。
you've got a pass for the high security area. It's the door at the end.
そ
Go
う
ahead.
いうことね。この右上のこのね、いろいろアイテムを変えれるんだけど、これをちゃんとこれにしてないと入れないようです。いっぱい見るとこある。
It is potassium nitrate, isn't it?
Yes. Saltpeter or whatever.
あれなんか聞いたことあるぞ、そのやつ。爆発がなんとかみたいなのなかったっけ？それは1個前のゲームか？
It is about the signing in book.
証明。
This information board is almost empty.
ほとんど
Strange, in view of the activity in the prison.
ほとんどってか何も書いてないやん。かーって書いてある。かーって。お、話が進んだ。
My name is Peter James, Chief Warden, and this is
Constable.
Deputy Warden O'Sullivan.
I imagine I will find Hans Schielmann behind these bars in the basement.
Yes, the high security cells are down there.
Is this the only access?
Yes, there was a second door at the end of the main hall, but it's been blocked up as a security measure.
は
Thank you, Chief Warden.
At your service. If you require further information, Warden Mackenzie will help you. He's at his post in the basement.
お、なるほど。使用者情報。偉大な探偵どういうこと？
Mr. Holmes, I am a huge admirer of yours. I have followed all your cases and successes with the greatest interest.
What enthusiasm! Have you ever thought of a career in the police force?
Have I thought about it? It's my dream.
へえ。
And I'm going to try my chance once this establishment closes down. I'm studying hard for the examination to get into police school.
へえ。すごいね、憧れて。収容者について。
Tell me about the prisoners, Warden James.
We only have a few. As you might be aware, the days of this place are numbered.
残りますか
Therefore,
です
we no longer receive new prisoners. Those who are already here are among the most dangerous in London. We have 3 at the moment: Hans the Rat Killer and the Flint brothers.
フリント兄弟。
The Flint brothers.
Yes,
Okay,
two
I'll
rather
go.
simple-minded maniacs who detest one another despite their relation. They massacred their parents and decapitated their neighbors. It took more than 9 policemen to overpower them.
すごい落ち着きないやん。情報く
There
ださい。
isn't any information on the notice board. Should there be notes about duties?
Yes, there should be, but Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guard's assignments for this week yet. It's not like her. Usually she does it first thing in the morning. Without these instructions, the guard in the basement won't be changed. I would go and get them, but I don't want the director to catch me there. He's very strict. Doesn't like us wandering around when we're on duty. And it would get his daughter in trouble. He's not being very pleasant with her at the moment. And I don't want to make things worse.
あー、なるほど。警備員。警官。これを
How does not having the information about guard duty stop you from ensuring the watch in the basement?
Because of the system of opening the doors, Mr. Holmes. As you can see, they are equipped with a mechanical timer which answers to a
機
code.
械式なんだ。鍵じゃ
When
ない
the
んだ。
timer stops, that is to say at the end of each watch, the doors block automatically and the code is reset. It is therefore impossible to open the doors without the new code.
And who has the code?
Only the guard who takes the new watch. He's the only one who can open the envelope that it's kept in. He learns it by heart and destroys the message.
Very clever. But let's look at the limits of this procedure. One false note, and the system falls apart.
もうさよなら
It is the guard's guest book, perhaps for distinguished guests.
銃置いてある。ちょ。
These weapons are obviously ready to use in case of emergency.
常に使えるようにね。これなんだろうね。
This device must be the
警報
alarm.
装置。ああ。他に何か見れるものはあるかな。特にないワトソン。
Let's go to the high security area,
あ
Holmes.
へでもわかんないよ番号。コード。閉まったら終わるやろ。
Here's the famous high security area.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service,
マ
sir.
ッケンジーさん。
Good morning, Warden. I have a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hans.
Very well. It is the
一番奥
cell
の
at the
左。
end to your left. I'd advise you to walk in the middle of the corridor.
あー、さっきなんか外出してたもんね、手を。他見るものってここはあれなのか。さあ、通路の真ん中を。
I'm gonna kill my brother.
あは
But
こっちは
what do you want? You're a friend of my brother, are you? No.
仲悪いね。ここには誰もいない。どこ？奥？あ、いた。で、こっちには誰もいない。オッケー。じゃあワトソン邪魔よ。何書いてんの？
Hans Schielman, I require some information from you.
頭良さそうだな。
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes himself. Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here, you are my first and only visitor? I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between two geniuses, two extraordinary minds.
I am afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Schielman. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true.
あ、そっか。毒作れるぐら
But
い
you
だからか。
see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels. Believe me.
What can you tell me?
That depends on what you can bring to me.
あは情報。
What do you want?
Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals, I am given nothing but a hunk of bread, and even then, any sort. The
Get to the point.
Never interrupt me! Where was I? Oh yes, the bread. Did you know that with a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations. Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive fears materializing before them.
You are a monster, Mr. Schielman.
Thank you.
It wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment.
なるほど。本当に頭がいい人の言ってることやな。内容とか言葉の選び方が。万年筆ってなんだ？
What do you need?
Very little. Just something to write with. You see my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me. Just bring me something that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me, and I will be happy to pass on to you a little of my knowledge of modern chemistry.
Where is it?
It was confiscated upon my arrival here. I suppose it might be in my locker, in the locker room. Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen. See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
なるほど。万年筆な。なんか万年筆になんか仕掛けとかありそうだな。
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
一回出るんだけど大丈夫なのかい？これだって一回ごとに変わるって言ってなかったっけ？大丈夫なのかい？そうだ。じゃ。
I'm glad to have been of service, Mr. Holmes.
誰が喋ってんねん。所持品を見たいんですが。
Can you tell me where I might find the locker room?
In the corridor that leads to the director's office. That's where the prisoners' civilian stuff is held. But seeing the length of their sentences, they've little chance of ever getting it
万
back.
年筆が欲しいです。鍵ください。
Can you open the locker room for us? We would like to inspect Shielman's personal items.
No, Mr. Holmes. I'm not responsible for that. You will find the keys in the secretary's office.
あはん。
See you later, Mr. Holmes.
じゃあ秘書室行きましょう。秘書さん、娘さん、欲しいものが、見たいものがあるんで
Miss,
す。
may we borrow the keys to the locker room?
You'll need authorization from the director to open that door. If you wait a moment, then I'll
あ、お
inform
願
you.
いします。
We will wait, thank you.
すごいね。うんって顔してる。よいしょ。
Anything new, Mr. Holmes? Is your investigation advancing?
調査したいんでロッカーの鍵ください。
Mr. Holmes, have you been able to get what you wanted from our
下宿
lodger?
に。
Not yet. We must first cast light upon a crucial point, and for that we require your help again.
What can I do?
ロッカーの
We need
鍵
to
を。
examine Shielman's civilian clothing.
Very well, but be extremely careful.
注意
What do you mean?
In that madman's compartment, you will find a strange little coded case
Huh.
which refused point blank to open when he was incarcerated. We did try to force it, but without success.
Didn't you ask the experts?
Of course we did. Experts from Scotland Yard came to examine it, but they came to the conclusion that it was better that the case remain shut than tamper with it too much.
あはん。
I see. They were afraid that some poison or other might escape if it was opened.
Exactly. Bear in mind that this man is an evil genius, a master poisoner, and that his poisons are never ordinary.
あ、なるほど。
Here's the key to the locker room. I give you the authorization to open it.
おお、
Good. Thank you, Mr. Patterson.
ありがとうございます。
Miss Patterson, the guards are still waiting for you to put up the duty list. Do it as soon as possible. Without it, the changing of the guard cannot take place. Or had you forgotten?
めっちゃ泣いとる。どうした？
Dry your tears, miss. I'm certain that your father didn't
めっ
mean
ちゃ
to
怒ら
hurt
れ
you.
てるからなおさら仕
Mr.
事できん
Watson,
くな
I
ってるん
can't
か
put
な
up。the duty list. And when
え、
he
なんで？
finds out, he'll be furious.
なんで提出できないの？
It's in my locker, in the cloakroom, and I've lost the key.
Your aunt.
Say no more, Holmes.
あ
As you keep repeating, time is against us. Let's go and look at the things in the rat killer's locker.
あ。あは？この人のロッカーの中？
But what could I have done with the keys?
めっちゃ泣いてるやん。これでお父さん持ってたら嫌よな。さて、ここだっけ？
Closed.
これね。はい、開きました。あ、びっくりした。袋か。ここだけなのかな、触れるの。
Here is the locker of our friend, Hans, the mad scientist.
え？
Oh, what a jumble.
すげえ暗号じゃん。これ、ペーパーナ
A
イフ。
paper knife.
あは？
Blotting paper.
吸い取りゴミ。
This solid box must hold a precious object.
この中に万年筆が入ってるってこと？出たよ。なんだこれ。さて、これが。ちょっと待ってね。紙と、鉛筆と、なんだってアス、SOON かな ?QS ザ、カスタストロフィカムトゥビノー。いや、英語読めないんだよ。ちょっと置いて、これ何？
Blotting paper.
あ、吸い取り
Blotting
紙
paper.
置く。あ、これになんか見えやしないか。なんか見えやしないか。あ、
A poem in Hans's handwriting. A poem in...
あは詩はわからんな。これをさ、こう、
There is something interesting here.
穴開いてる。
There is something interesting here.
これ穴開いてる。あはオッケーオッケーオッケー。ね。待って、ほんのり折り目がある気がするのは気のせいか。気のせいか。ちょっと待って。何かけ何になるんこれ。5、6、7。7×8。はい。でペーパーナイフで
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that.
あはこれでさ
This cannot be
Okay.
a simple coincidence. Perfect.
OK
What is written on that note, Holmes?
Later, Watson, later. We can give Hans his pen.
これ何なんか見れるなんか見れそうだな
Blotting paper. Blotting
吸い
paper.
取り紙って何なんだ
A paper knife.
他に特にはなさそう見たあ、緑になってるハンス
What should we do next, Holmes?
We can
次
give Hans his pen.
ペンを渡しましょう吸い取り紙も後ろに渡さなくていいのかなもう毎回びっくりするその扉閉まろうと
What a bunch of incompetents. Oh, if I was as unprofessional as that, there would be murderers running all over the town.
連中
What's the
目
matter? Are you a patient of Dr. Watson?
Very amusing.
I was going on about the dry cleaners in Westgate Street. They've just delivered my ceremonial uniform in the middle of my duty, when I've told them 1,000 times not to bring it until after 6 in the evening.
A ceremonial uniform? You've been promoted?
No, and that's not about to happen. No, I've been invited to a wedding. I mean, I hope to be... I'm in trouble. If the director sees that I've left my post, I'll be
そんな
sacked
厳しい
without
の
pay.
Give it to me, Warden Brighton. I'll take care of it for you.
Really? Thanks a lot. Here's the key to the cloakroom and
ナ
that
イ
of
ス
my
ロッカ
locker.
ー系
I'm really grateful, Mr. Holmes.
なるほど
What have you got in mind, Holmes? You're not doing this out of
これで
kindness,
秘書
are
さ
you?
んの鍵もゲッ
No.
ト
Out of curiosity, we will be able to access the cloakroom with these keys.
確かにあーここ
What should we do next,
ちょ
Holmes?
ちょちょちょちょちょちょちょちょちょちょちょちょちょちょちょえ今ここどこオッケーで更衣室だね
Staff cloakroom.
オッケーここ入れるね鍵お邪魔しますさて秘書さんの
Here is Brighton's
ブ
locker.
ライトンのロッカーここはブライトンのロッカー秘書さんのロッカーこっち
Miss Patterson's locker.
開くこれ
Closed.
閉まってんのか
Sorry, Mr. Holmes, you can't go in the
なんで
basement for the moment.
For what reason?
The door has locked itself automatically. We must enter a new security code.
あー時間遅かっ
Do
た
it then.
Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guard duty list yet. Without that information, we don't know who's authorised to take note of the
なる
new
ほど
code.
So Mackenzie is locked in the high security zone.
Yes, but don't worry about him. He's trained for this sort of dysfunction.
Why not ask the director to take note of the code and open the door?
He isn't allowed to, and I doubt that he would run the risk of going against the orders of the administration centre. Anyway, the bars in the high security section are joined to the alarm system, which is in that room. We only need to sound it to unblock, but You see, we can't do that now.
はい。
We'll try to find the duty list, Warden James.
ワンドソン。
What should we do next, Holmes?
We
お
can
い。
give Hans his pen.
見つけてきますってさ。
See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
じゃあさ、さっきのさ、更衣室以外も開く？ここから。
Closed.
鍵。
Closed.
これ何の鍵？他に開けてないところ。ここ開けたよね。
Closed.
閉まってる。あ、あれか。わかった。これがブライトンのロッカーの鍵か。これね。なるほど。で、ここにこれを入れろと。ベーキング
Bicarbonate of
ソ
soda.
ーダ。
Brighton must have an upset stomach caused by stress, without a doubt.
あ、鍵だ。何の鍵？
The name on the key is Jenny Patterson. That is interesting.
犯人はあいつか？は
Bicarbonate of soda.
い、かけておこうね。他に見るものはなさそうかな？開けっぱなし。ダメです。失礼。
Let us examine Miss Patterson's locker. The lock on this box is rather sophisticated.
Incredible. Is Jenny hiding something?
何これ？全部が当たらないようにするのか、全部が当たるようにするのか、どっちだこれは。こうだと。こうでこう。
It's
Okay.
really very clever.
いけた。
Little Jenny is astonishing.
誰だ？ブライトンのロケット、ジェニー・パターソン、フランク・ブライトンの二人の愛が一つになる。
A locket sealing the relation between Jenny and Warden Brighton. Decidedly, this boy is not a great poet.
ああ。ブライトンからの手紙。僕のジェニーへ結婚しよう。その後のことなんてどうでもいい。君の父親は僕たちが愛し合ってるという事実を受け入れなくてはいけない。子供のことを考えてくれ。それに忘れないでほしい。君を愛している。愛している。愛している。愛している。めっちゃ愛してるって書いてる。愛してる。愛してる。愛してる。そうだ。君に詩を書いたんだよ。ジェニー・パターソン。君の鼓動が波打つ。僕の心臓は押しつぶされそうだ。僕たちの愛は自由。いつまでも果てしなく続く。有名な中国の詩歌に影響を受けて書いた。僕の可愛い人、勇気を持つんだフランキーより。
A letter from Brighton to Jenny. Barely
かろう
literate.
じて読める。
Apparently, Jenny is carrying Brighton's child, and it seems that Jenny's father, the director, is unaware of this.
気がついていない？ワンちゃん気づいてんじゃないの？警備員任務表。はい。これはこれ以上文章はないんだね。
Here is the famous guard duty list. Interesting.
なるほど、面白い。 他に何か見るものは。へいへい、パターソンさん。持ってき
We
た
have
よ。
found the guard duty cards, miss. If you like, I can go and discreetly give them to the guards.
Oh, thank you. You've got me out of a lot of trouble, Mr. Holmes.
もう泣かないで。
We have found the guard duty.
オッケー。さあ、持っていこう。よし。カード、どうぞ。
We have found Chief Warden James's duty list.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Rhodes. Let's see. O'Sullivan, Hugh takes over from Mackenzie. Take note of the code, please, and unblock the door.
At once, Chief.
なんか大変だな、このシステム。
Ah, Mr. Holmes.
何です
Could
か？
I ask you for a favour?
Please do.
I think I can say on behalf of all the staff that we would be honoured if you would care to write something in our guest book.
With pleasure, O'Sullivan.
この万年筆で書くの？
You seem worn out, O'Sullivan. A good night's sleep would do you good.
A good night's sleep would do me good. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Is something worrying you?
As you know, Westgate Prison will soon be demolished, and I'm spending most of my nights studying for my exam to join the police. You understand, I have to think about my future. So sleep isn't a priority at the
め
moment.
っちゃ勉強してるんやな。
Scotland Yard is always looking for young, competent, and motivated men. Would a letter of recommendation from me allow you to get some sleep?
What? A letter from Mr. Sherlock Holmes
あな
recommending
たは
me
本
for
気なので
Scotland
すか？
Yard? Are you quite serious?
Completely serious, my young friend. May I use this writing paper? The one on your desk.
1,000 thanks, Mr. Holmes. 1,000 thanks.
It is addressed to Inspector Baines, a good friend of mine. There's no need to remind you that it must be opened only by the person to whom it is addressed.
Yes, of course. I'll give it to him personally. Thank you again, Mr. Holmes.
直接。もうさよならしかない
At
ね。
your service, Mr. Holmes.
うんふん。
See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
あはん。これでいける。よし、いけた。これでも行った後にさ、また閉まりましたって言われるんじゃないの？
Warden Mackenzie, at your service,
マ
sir.
ッケンゼー。真ん中を歩けと言われてるのはちゃんと守る。さあ、万年筆持ってきたよ。
Well,
それで万年筆。
What do you need?
very
ああ、これ、
That's all.
これ見た見た見た見た
Where
見
is
た
it?
見た見た見た見た見た見た見た。
serious.
あーこうね。これ。これで、はい、持ってきたよ。
Well,
君の万年筆でしょ
You have what you wanted. Your precious pen.
you seem annoyed, Mr. Holmes. I would even go so far as
非
to
常
say
に悩んでいる
terribly
とも言
worried.
わせてもらおう。
Why should you care, Mr. Shielman? Let's
本
talk
当は
about
気
that
もかけてない
poison.
けど、
I am not talking about you in the grip of natural emotions found in ordinary people who are confronted by the inexplicable. But as for Mr. Holmes,
隠し
you
事
are embarrassed, aren't you? Are you hiding something?
That is enough, Shielman.
You have kept your word. Therefore, I will keep mine. At this moment, the poison which so interests you isn't finished yet. Its maker is encountering great difficulties in attaining the desired
閉じ込められてるからね。
results.
What is the end result?
Now, Mr. Holmes, the end result of any science, as Descartes once said, to become the master and owner of nature. Here we are talking about human nature, of course. And the creator's problem isn't so much the mixture as the durability of his creation.
急性。
What do you mean?
全然わ
You
からん。
see, this poison was made using rare but very volatile short-living compounds, which means that it is only possible to produce small quantities, which most importantly, do not keep
長持ちしない。
Time.
揮発
Conceiving such a product in a laboratory especially built for the purpose could be achieved by any good chemist. But recopying this alchemy on another scale and keeping it ready at any moment, observing the particular conservation and storing conditions that a substance of this type requires, well, that would need a genius.
なるほど。
I doubt if the creator of this mixture would be capable.
And you would be, of course.
Of course.
Luckily, you are going to spend the rest of your life in prison.
Luck is cyclical. It always comes around again, sooner or later. As far as I am concerned, I have the feeling that the cycle is going to be very short.
あは
Holmes, it sounds to me as though this Shieldman is implying that an escape attempt will be made.
Yes, we must go and warn the director.
なるほどな。脱走しようとしてるのか。
At your service, Mr. Rose.
ああ、他に見るものは特に。ワトソン君や。
We must see the prison director quickly.
さっき書いたさ、万年筆とかもすごい気になるんだけどな。ちょっと所長さんのところに行こう、とりあえずね。あ、いるじゃん。所長さん。何
It is out of the question that your bastard is named Patterson. Very well. You refuse to reveal the father to me? Well, then go and join him. I'm not stopping you.
I can't.
Director, you will have to postpone this small family reunion. We believe that a serious scheme is afoot. We must act without delay.
You're not thinking of...
Yes, Shieldman's words leave no room for doubt. It seems that he is planning an escape attempt. We strongly advise you to search his cell.
大丈夫それ
Do
で
you
調べて開け
really
て。
believe that he's hiding something? Because I must make an official report and have a legitimate reason for doing a search.
お
Director, if this prison is still in operation, it is solely because of its reputation. Think of the consequences of an escape. It would be closed at once. And what post do you imagine would be offered to the person deemed responsible?
You're right. No one will escape from Westgate under Patterson. I will order an immediate search of Mr. Shieldman's cell.
Chief Warden James reporting. The search of prisoner Hans Shieldman's cell has been carried out. No
完了
suspicious
した
items were found.
Thank you, Chief James.
本当に
I feel better now. Without wishing to offend you, Mr. Holmes, I am
Oh,
glad
well,
that you
so
were
ne?
mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken, we've nothing more to do here. Shall we go, Holmes?
There's just one more thing for me to see, Watson.
What's that?
Mr. Holmes, sorry to interrupt you, but Miss Jenny wishes to see you
ジェ
alone.
ニーさん。
She's waiting for you in her office.
This, Watson.
How did you know?
Wait for me in the guards room. I won't be long.
警備室で。
What an extraordinary gentleman that Sherlock Holmes is. You must have had lots of adventures with him.
Oh, yes, dozens.
Thought he was infallible. But there wasn't anything out of the way in the rat killer's cell. Could he have been mistaken?
I must admit,
Warden Brighton, in my office immediately. That's an order.
今すぐ所長室
the director seems furious.
あ、
Yes. It must be important for him to order Brighton to leave his post.
バレちゃった
I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, that's not normal. I've never heard Finch shout like that.
But why doesn't O'Sullivan sound the alarm?
Follow me, Mackenzie. Let's go and have a look.
I'll come with you.
No,
Yeah,
Dr.
John.
Watson, you're not allowed in. Wait for me here.
Very well.
Hey, but the grill is blocked, Chief.
We've been locked in. And that smoke, it's coming from below.
あー、やばい。
O'Sullivan! Can you hear us?
Sully, are you alive? Answer us, Sully.
What's going on? Can I help you?
Sound the alarm in the guards room. That should unblock the door. Be quick.
警
O'Sullivan
備
might be in
室の
danger.
警報を鳴らしてくれ。 あは他に見るものは、じゃあ鳴らすか。この時点であれだよね。シャーロックのとこ行ったらダメなのかな。
It doesn't work.
ダメだ。開けてみる。
Hey, what are you waiting for to sound the alarm, Doctor?
It's impossible. It's been damaged. I'll run and warn the director.
No, Doctor. Our priority is to save O'Sullivan. Go ahead through the visitors' corridor. See if he answers your call.
Very well.
Take the keys. They're in our room.
この部屋にある。鍵がこの部屋にある。鍵がこの部屋、あ、これか。ゲッツ。あ、これね。ちょっと、ホームズ。
The door is locked, and I can hear shouting and crying. We're in the middle of some family drama, so there's no chance of them hearing me.
ああ、そうですか。さあ、ここ開けました。ここは
No, I've got nothing.
あ、ここは違う。えい。
It doesn't work.
なんで
Useless! This door is blocked by the
タイマー
timer,
で
but
封鎖。
not the one below. Give me the keys, quickly!
えどっせい。
I've got the keys, Doctor. Thank you.
Follow me, Watson. We must repair the alarm.
警報装置を修理する。
Finally. There you are, Holmes.
でもさ、ここから脱走されるんじゃないの？すごい。
I'm going to turn on the system.
すごいシャーロックの方見たよ。
You make sure of the contact.
I hope that this isn't dangerous.
何これ？は？ああ、はいはいはいはい。あは。ああ。はあ。はいはい。あ。早い。はは。あ？それ以上なんでいけんかった？上から行った方がいいのか？あ、横押しなんか全部。ああ。うわ、これ頭バカになる。上に押すんか。あ、ダメだ。ちょっと待った。下からやろう。これバカになるわ。ああ。押しづらい。オッケー。
It works.
Perfect.
It's open. Let's go down.
Be careful. From what your colleague said, the flints are out.
We are trained for this sort of situation. And we're armed.
嘘？
Come and help us, Watson.
手伝う？いや、それよりもさ、逃げ出すんじゃないの？あの博士。博士っていうか。
Everything is back to normal. Thank you for your help,
本
gentlemen.
当にいる？
It was a pleasure.
But where is O'Sullivan?
おサリバン？
He's no longer here. He must have gone out through the visitor's entrance.
Yes, and he must be pleased to have gotten out of the basement.
違う、さっきの人がさ、
We
あれ
must
なん
now
じゃない
check
の？
all the cells. It's the procedure in case of an alarm.
We'll come and help you.
You are evidently fond of wasting time, my dear fellow. Rejoin me at the reception when you've finished.
いや、脱獄されてんじゃないこれ。もしかしてさ。ワンチャンさ、いる？おっちゃん。ほ
The
ら
great, he's
ほら
He's fine where he is, under the cover.
違う
Still,
んだよ。布団の中ちゃんとめ
How
く
can
れ
he。sleep with all this noise?
I'll admit it's not normal. Perhaps the smoke has poisoned him. I'd better take a look.
Be careful, Doctor. He is dangerous.
絶対これ変わってるやろ。布団ひっぺがしてみ。絶対さ、 なんだっけ、アンダーソンだっけ、
O'Sullivan?
オサリバンさ
It's
ん。
impossible.
そ
He was with us only a few moments ago. Or else...
Or else it wasn't O'Sullivan.
My God, he's escaped! The rat killer has
う。ああ、
escaped!
逃げられた。脱走された。なんということでしょう。そうか、ワトソンが鍵を渡しちゃったのはそうだったんだな。君たちは大丈夫かい？ぐったりしてんな。大丈夫？ここは開かない。あ、鍵がある。開くのそれ。あ、開いた。来ました。じゃあどうすんの？何すんの？シャロックは来たよね。脱走したはいいけど、外行く？いた。
Ah, Holmes, there you are. Hans has escaped. I fear that this inquiry is a bitter defeat for us.
Not at all, my dear fellow. Quite the contrary.
どういうこと？
Follow me.
Why the devil have you brought me behind the prison?
We have an appointment, Watson.
予約が入っている。なんだって？自動セーブ入った。ということで、ちょっとこの辺で一旦区切りにしようかなと思います。続きはまたやっていこうと思います。ワトソン君がずっと操作できる。見えない。ということで、また次回お会いしましょう。では、失礼します。また、よかったら見てください。またねー。